like my women like I like my losing lottery ticket. Toe up outside of a liquor store. I like my women like I like my
burritos.
Burritos. I like my women like I like my burritos. Wet and stuffed. I like my women like I like my fajitas. Smoking hot and you can hear them coming. I like my women like I like my
Flowers.
flowers. Tulips. I love my women like I like my flowers. Smelling good and waiting for me in my garden. And wet in the morning.
Everybody listen to Darren Carter. Yeah. We all know he's the party starter. So if you want to listen to a podcast for free, listen to a pocket party. Pocket party. DARREN.
And we're back. Thanks for checking out the Pocket Party Podcast. I'm your host, Darren Carter. Thank you guys so much for following me on Instagram. Right now, we are currently at 137,000 people. I appreciate that. September 24th, I will be at the Ontario Improv, Ontario, California, September 24th. It's a Sunday. Show starts at 7 o'clock. Get your tickets. It will sell out. I'm so happy to go there. And it'll be my first time headlining there since the pandemic. I've headlined there before, but it's been a while. So people are like, when are you going to be? Where are you going to be? That's where I'll be. So get the ticket. The ticket link is in my bio. It's in my bio on Instagram. It's probably in the ticket link on whatever device you're listening to right now. So once again, Ontario Improv, September 24th. Buy the tickets. And if you can't make it, buy some tickets, gift them to somebody. Let's sell this thing out. Let's do this. Also, real quick plug, I love doing Cameo. If you want to, they call it a celebrity shout out, a custom made video, I'll do it for you. People can put in the notes like, oh, can you do a little beatboxing? Can you do, I like my women like I like my... I'm available. I do it. I did one yesterday. There was a guy, his buddy was getting married, and they're going to get married in Italy. And he goes, if you have anything about Italy, if you have anything about Harleys, he loves riding a Harley. So I did a custom made video for them. I was like, and we're back. And I did some jokes, and I like my women like I like my, and I did some wedding jokes and some jokes about Italy. And anyway, so I can do that for you. I can do a cameo for you. It's pretty affordable. Shipping is free. I just do it. You just make the request. Go to cameo.com. Look me up, Darren Carter. Once again, the links are in my bio. And let's get on with the podcast. We got Mr. Mike Black. I want to give a shout out real quick to the Miguel Romero. Big supporter of the podcast. Love him. And by the way, if you guys, every time you share the links, it helps out. You leave comments on the YouTube channel. It helps out the algorithm. And we've got the one and only Mr. Mike Black.
Woohoo! How's it going?
I'm going good, buddy. I'm happy. We started the podcast. I was just telling the listeners that on Instagram, as of today, I'm at 137,000 followers, and people are sharing the videos, and it just lets you know that you're doing something right, you know?
137,000 followers?
Yeah, for sure, man. Is
that what you have?
That's what I have.
You probably have more followers now than the population of Fresno.
Maybe when I grew up, right? I think that's the population was definitely down there when I was a kid. Now I think it's up to 500,000 or something. But yeah, you're right. Is it in the 60s, the 70s? You know, it might have been
get all your followers, because I'm sure they would follow you to the gates of hell. Get them to all move to Fresno.
Get them to move. Hey guys, we're all my followers. Forget my comedy show at the Ontario Improv on Sunday, September 24th. Let's go to the Fresno. Let's just go to Fresno and live there.
Well, for some of them, that'll be on the way. They can catch the show in Ontario, then move to Fresno. Then you run for mayor, get all the followers to vote for you, right?
Yeah.
Now you're mayor of Fresno.
By the way, you know, Fresno had a celebrity mayor. You ever heard of Alan Autry?
You said it was a celebrity mayor.
Yeah. Alan Autry. You don't know who that is?
Alan Autry.
Yeah. He's a former mayor of Fresno. He was on Heat of the Night.
How do you spell that? Autry?
Alan is A-L-A-N. That's Alan. Then Autry is A-U-T-R-Y.
So is he related to Gene Autry?
I don't. Well, let's find out. They're distant relatives. I just Googled that. Oh yeah, he played the character Bubba from Heat of the Night.
Bubba from Heat of the Night was the mayor of Fresno.
Yes, and by the way, your voice got a little weird right there, a little shaky. I don't know.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
You got nervous reading about our celebrity mayor?
No, I just don't think he counts.
He's from Shreveport, Louisiana. I wonder how he ended up being a mayor in Fresno. That doesn't even go together.
Alan Autry, just to give you an idea of how big a celebrity he is.
Yeah.
I just looked. He has 11 followers.
Damn. Wow.
11 total.
He probably doesn't put any effort into it.
No. No.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he's still alive, but if he is, he doesn't have a very big social media presence.
Let me ask you this. Are you familiar with In the Heat of the Night?
I'm aware of it. I never watched it.
He was officer/sergeant/lieutenant captain Bubba Skinner. Are you familiar with Grace Under Fire?
That starred... who starred on that?
I don't know, but he played Rick Bradshaw. I think it's that lady, that female comedian that was known for flying off the handle. Roseanne
Barr?
Brett Butler. Am I right about that?
Butler.
I could be wrong.
Yes, okay. Yes, I knew. I was also aware that she had a show. I did not know it was called Grace Under Fire.
He was on Cheers.
Who did he play on Cheers?
Oh, Tom Kenderson. He played Tom Kenderson in 1983.
That's not a guy on Cheers.
Are you familiar with the... Oh, dude, he was on all your favorite shows. Here, let's go. We got to go deep into the vault. He was on the A-Team.
Okay, who did he play on the A-Team?
Gary Crenshaw.
See, these aren't... You can say you were on those shows and just make up a name.
Are you familiar with these episodes, though? There was an episode on the A-Team called Labor Pains.
Well, Mr. T got pregnant.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, shit. That's some good acting. What about Quarterback Sneak? Yeah, he was in, I pity the fool who got me pregnant and left town and didn't make me an honest husband. I pity the fool. Yeah.
That's what the A-Team had to solve with who was the father.
Yeah. Do you know...
My money is on Murdoch.
Yeah. I love Frasier. He does a joke about Al Pacino, Fraser Smith. Al Pacino getting his girl pregnant at 83 years old. He's like, yeah, Al Pacino. He's like, he has a baby. Say hello to my little friend. That's what he says about his baby. I know. Yeah. Dude, a real quick side note, and then we'll get back to Gene Autry, or whatever his name is, Autry Allen, the mayor of Fresno. I was showing Frasier some of our, because we write bits like once a week, and then we film them, and then sometimes I upload them to TikTok or wherever. And
sure.
I was showing him some of the ones that were in the vault from a year ago, and he had his reading glasses on, and he just had this look on his face like it was bad milk. And he goes, some of these don't hold up.
That's the thing about topical jokes.
Yeah, I know. He's like, because some of them are still good, and he's still using some of them that were like really good, but some of them were like, like I thought this one was good, but he thinks like all the ones about the Amber Heard trial and Johnny Depp.
Right.
Like she accused him of being impotent, And then the joke was, well, we should have known that. He was the only pirate that his plank pointed straight down into the water.
He didn't like that one?
He didn't like it a year later.
That is uncanny.
In the moment, he's like, that's good. Come on, guys. His plank pointed into the water. Straight. And then a year later.
You guys need to stop doing cocaine when you write together.
I know. And he'll do like a lot of cocaine jokes. And then here's a joke we wrote for that. Hey, Fraser, you sure are doing a lot of cocaine jokes? And he'll be like, well, what do you expect there? And I set up 7 days in a row writing this shit. So stupid.
It's the only cocaine I can afford.
Remember that other joke he does about turtles and the straws? Who knew turtles were doing that much blow? And then I gave him some tags for that. Yeah, turtles do cocaine. Why? It helps them come out of their shells. A year from now, he'll be cringing at that.
Let me get back to Alan Autry.
All right, let's go back.
Mayor of Fresno.
Oh, yeah. Former mayor of Fresno. All right, so he was on Hunter. He was on Newhart.
I have a feeling he was, like, on almost all of these shows, he was blown away. Someone, like, blew him up or shot him or something. Maybe not on the Newhart show, but still, there's a chance.
Yeah, he was on St. Elsewhere, The Facts of Life, Heart of Dixie, Tulsa King. Ooh, he was on Tulsa King. That just came out last year.
Wow, he's done it all.
He played Brian Gillen. He was on 9/11 or 911 Lone Star as Ranger Bridges. That just came out this year.
I don't think he was on 9/11.
He was on 9/11. Yeah. Or maybe it's called 911.
What a crazy show that would be.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he was on the Academy of Country Music Awards back in 1991 as himself.
How did I miss him?
I don't know, dude. This is... Oh, wow. He's done a lot. And he was mayor. Oh,
he sounds wonderful.
He was in Roadhouse. Well, I don't know. Is it Roadhouse or... It says Roadhouse 66.
That's the prequel to Roadhouse?
Yeah, I guess. Okay, we'll get off this topic, but yeah. So that was the mayor. I don't. Dude, I met a mayor recently. I don't want to give out too many details, but I don't really like this mayor at all. Like they have a lot of wacky policies I do not like, and I didn't even want to meet this mayor, but they were at one of the comedy shows. And I thought, you know what, I'll just go meet the mayor. And they were actually very pleasant. And then I left going, I could see why that person, you know what I mean? Like,
he's a politician.
Yeah, they tell you all the things you want to hear. You're really funny. You're really good. When's your next show? You got my vote. Duh. Like, I love these potholes you have everywhere, mayor. Yeah.
So it's not going to take much detective work for the audience to figure out who this mayor is, but
yeah, this mayor,
that's nice that you met him, though, I guess.
Yeah, it was.
Your voice sounds a little like this right now, Mike Black. It sounds a little nasally,
but anyways, that's what we're doing here, man. Hey, what if I became a mayor and you became a mayor? We could co-mayor somewhere.
No, I don't want that.
I wouldn't want it either, and I really wouldn't. The responsibility, the hate, because you're going to get hate if you're a mayor, not just the love.
Well, you are. I would be really good at it.
You would?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to pave the streets. First of all, let me ask you this. One thing that they did is they made a lot of the streets, they took it from 2 lanes to 1 lane to make a big old bike lane, and it made traffic back up more. Now, I could see the pros of it, where you're like, oh, it's better. People are riding bikes. We're going to get more bikes out there. But I'm not seeing as many bikes, but I'm seeing more traffic because of the 1 lane thing. So but maybe I'm short-sighted. Maybe in the future there'll be more bikes. I don't know. But
no, we'd get rid of the bike lanes. We'd go back to 2 lanes on each side.
Yeah.
And no one gets to choose or anything like that. Every other car would have like a little handle on the back of it. And if you're riding a bike, you can just grab onto it and ride it all the way to work.
Oh, that's good. That's a good idea.
or wherever they're going. You don't really have a vote in where the car goes, but if you're feeling lucky, you
Yeah,
can just grab
you just
on the
grab
back
on,
of one.
you ride your bike, and with one hand your handlebar, and the other hand you're hanging onto the back of a car.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's a lot more fun for everyone.
You know, and I'd say get rid of the helmets, you know, because I want to see what people look like.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
You know what I mean? Like
everyone has to wear helmets.
yeah, like I saw a motorcycle the other day, and the motorcycle was coming up between. We're at a stoplight, and they were lane splitting on their way up, and I kind of moved over so the motorcycle could get over, and I looked over, and I'm like, wow, that's kind of a feminine body, and I look over, and sure enough, it was a woman, and I'm like, I wonder what she looked like under that helmet. But, you know, because of this helmet law, I couldn't tell. So if there was no helmet law, I could see if she was, you know, worth looking at, you know?
That's real weird, Darren.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to want.
Well, I just assumed it was a male motorcycle rider, but it was a woman she had large bosoms and dressed very kind of sexy, you know?
That you're willing to sacrifice public safety so that you can see what a lady looks like on her bike.
Yeah, they should. You know how like certain people should wear masks still? I think certain people should be required to wear helmets.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and if you don't want to play that game, don't get on a motorcycle. Like, you know, back when I used to ride a motorcycle, you did not have to wear a helmet, but I wore one anyways for safety.
This was in your Tahoe Joe days?
Yeah, my Tahoe Joe days living in Fresno. Yeah, I rode that motorcycle.
See, I think the people of Fresno would appreciate having an ex-biker as their new mayor.
First, you've had him. You've had the man from the A-Team. You've had the man. Yeah, I could just lift off his credit. Now it's time for the party starter, Darren Carter. Let's start this party in this town of Fresno. We're going to turn Fresno into Bakersfield. That could be our motto.
Turning Fresno into Frez Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Fresno into Frez Yes. They tried that with different takes on it. They were like, they said that, I remember in the 80s when I was growing up there, they were like, said that Fresno sounded too negative. The name has the word no in it, so let's call it. So as a joke, they would say like Frez Yes. And then somebody was trying to say that they were they kept trying to, you know, glom onto Yosemite, because Yosemite is kind of near there, like maybe 90 minutes away or something. And so they were like,
what a sad thing to ride the coattails of.
Yeah, they're like Fresno, and they try to make it called like fresh snow, like basically like we're really close to the mountains. This is the gateway to skiing, where you got to go through Fresno.
But there are no mountains in Fresno to speak of, correct?
Correct. And this also, it gets like, you know, don't forget it gets in the hundreds in the summer. So I don't know why you would call your town fresh snow when it's, unless they, once again, going back to Fraser, they're talking about cocaine or something.
It's a type of self-abuse, calling yourself fresh snow.
I remember there was a radio station, 106 KKDJ, and one of their big games they would do every summer was like, they were like, if you can have a lucky guess on which day it will hit 106 degrees, you can win $106. Enter to win. And I was like, I think I'll just move. I moved.
Yeah, does not live here.
I moved to San Jose for a while. I was like, let me go there. That was like, San Jose was like Fresno with air conditioning. It was like a lateral move. It was a little bit bigger of a town. It was, you know.
Yeah, the last time I was in San Jose, they had about 3 blocks that were kind of set up to be like outdoor malls. Yeah. But every 3 stores had a business that hadn't gone under yet. And I was like, why don't they just consolidate and put all the businesses that survived on one street?
Yeah.
Because you had to shop like zigzag all over the place to get from working business to working business.
Right. I know what I was going to tell you. So Metallica is really big right now in LA. Like they streamed a concert a few weeks ago, a live stream they performed in Texas, but you could see the live stream in a movie theater. And they had one playlist on Friday, they had another playlist on Sunday. My wife and son went to see them on Friday at the movie theater, and I went on Sunday. And then we also saw a tribute band at the Orange County Fair. They're called Damage Inc. They're one of a few bands that are sponsored by Metallica. Like they're given So what'll happen is Metallica will go to a town and play on Friday and Sunday, and on Saturday they'll have a day off to rest or whatever, and then these tribute artists will perform like at a local, like here in LA. I think they were at the Whiskey. They had the 3 different, so it was like a whole Metallica weekend, and I
would call that band Metallica.
Yeah, they were called like Damage Inc. and Motor something. I'm not sure the names of the bands, but we saw Damage Inc. and they were fantastic, and they're really good.
Oh, that's cool.
What would you rather see? Would you rather see like Metallica and you're in really crappy seats, or would you rather see like a tribute artist but you're a lot closer? You're like 20th,
well,
10th
depending
row.
on how good the tribute artist was, but honestly, overall, I'd rather see the original band most of the time.
Yeah.
It's very rare, unless they're just like terrible, or it's one of those things where it's the original band in name only, but like half the members are gone. Then I'd be a lot more open to seeing a tribute band.
Yeah, because
that's basically what it is at that point.
Let me ask you this before we get into the movie experience. So you actually went to Metallica. What was it like? You said you had to park far away?
Yeah, we parked about, I would say, from the car seat to our seat in the show, it was about 2.5 miles away.
Wow.
Which is the most I've walked, maybe outside of Comic-Con in a day. So, all told, I walked about 5 miles. So I know for a lot of people who are like, I jog 10 miles every morning. I do not.
Yeah.
And I weigh quite a bit, so it was kind of a strain. But once this is how good they are, once we got to the actual concert.
I'm sorry, Mike. The phone dropped a little bit. If you could put the microphone back a little bit closer.
Okay, is that any better?
Yes.
Okay, and so when we got there, it was, you just forgot about all that, and the show was just really.
I talked to a guy, and I don't know if he was exaggerating or if this was real, but he said he said the parking lot was like $150 to park. And he said you could go further. And
it would be about that.
That's crazy. That's
now,
incredible.
I mean, keep in mind though, that's people that didn't plan ahead at all.
Yeah.
Didn't really care. Usually those people are like kids spending their parents' money and stuff,
Yeah.
And the venue knows they can charge whatever they want last minute. And so it's people that just didn't plan at all are the ones that got hosed, basically. But it happens, at a lot of clubs and at a lot of conventions, even like smaller conventions over at Staples Center, you'll see parking shoot up to like $50 for the day.
Yeah.
And over at the Comedy Store on Friday and Saturday, parking in that area, you're looking at $50 minimum on a busy night like that, And it's one of those things that it's like they'll do it until people stop paying it, and people are just, generally speaking, kind of dumb and don't prepare ahead of time for stuff like that, and then they end up paying the price for it. It's like if you do a little homework, like a few weeks, even a month before a concert, you can get reserved parking for much, much cheaper.
Why did you guys have to walk so much? Is it because you found a free parking spot or like a really cheap?
No, we found parking that was economical, and still, even the parking at the venue, you were going to be walking quite a bit. So it didn't make a huge difference, and the only difference is we didn't pay $150.
That's crazy. Yeah. And so somebody said that in their opinion, if you're in like the third section and below, it's good seats. And if you're further than the third, I think they said the third section, then it's a little bit not as good. Were you near the third section?
No, we were up pretty far up. I don't know exactly what section we were in, but I mean, I don't know. Honestly, anything past the first section, you're not really seeing the band.
Yeah, you're mainly looking at the screens.
You're mostly looking at the screen or at the stage in general.
Yeah, I
But
did
it's
that.
not like
Yeah.
you're seeing anyone's facial expressions or anything like that.
Right. I want to see Lars' tongue. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's just not going to happen unless you have some real money and you're in one of those real close-up places. So I get what they're saying, but it's like really any seats past that first section, you're going to be looking at the screen the majority of the time.
Yeah, I find myself doing that too. Like I'm like, I'll be watching the band, but then you look at the screen, you're like, this is way better because like they're zoomed in on the entire. Yeah, you're seeing like.
Yeah, and it's like you're still hearing live music. It's not like you're just watching TV or whatever. And also, at the way they set it up at SoFi Stadium, the whole layout is part of the spectacle, and there's a lot of stuff that wasn't on screen that was just cool to see. Like the way they had it laid out was they used the entire stadium, and the stage was done theater in the round style. So it's a circular stage. It's basically a donut that they're performing on, and they have people in the middle, in that middle whole area that paid like crazy amounts of money to be there, I'm sure. And then everything around, there wasn't really a bad angle to see the show. And they had screens in every direction at multiple angles.
Was it nuts when those beach balls dropped? That must have been so cool.
Yeah, that was really crazy. Just because no one was expecting that. And there were certain things, too, where it was like, you wouldn't expect that at a Metallica concert, but at the same time, why not? Why wouldn't
Yeah.
And so,
do you remember what the grand
people cheered when they dropped the beach balls? They were like, "What the hell?
What
this
the
is
heck?"
great."
I know. And then I saw people would try to deflate them and take them home and stuff after a while. Like,
Yeah.
What was the grand?
And I think that's the idea.
What was the grand finale song? Do you happen to remember?
Yeah, Enter Sandman.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, that's like my buddy Brian said. Like the adult in me wants to leave, and like kind of beat parking out.
Yeah.
But it's such a good song that you really can't.
Exit light.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, guys, go check out my son. He did a cover of it at the Orange County Fair, and it's killing. It has like 203,000 views and on his channel and 202 on my channel, and it's because my son did the the whole growl voice. So he's 15. He'll be 16 next month. Shout out to Os the Bass Boss. Os the Bass Boss.
How is it on Instagram? What's his handle on there?
That's it. Os the Bass Boss. AUSTHEBASS Boss. BOSS. Os the Bass Boss. So he did that whole thing where he's like, "Hush, little baby, don't say a word." He did that, and it's like incredible. Then he's like, but he can really sing. So then he's hitting the notes and he's jumping up and down. And I hate to say it because I don't want people. They're like, "You're just a proud father." But honestly, people in the comment section are like, "I would love to hear a full version of this. This is amazing, and I like this. I won't say. I don't know if they said just as much as Metallica or more than Metallica, but there was a few people that they said some really nice things. I'm like, that's so sweet.
Was it you?
Yeah, it might have been me with some aliases. But it's funny. I will say that when that part comes up in the live Metallica show, it's pre-recorded because we were like waiting to see how they would do it, and it's a pre-recorded with the little child. Now I lay me down to sleep.
Oh well, yeah. Like it'd be really weird if James Hetfield did that.
Well, I know it's true.
I just didn't say anything about it. He just starts doing the weird baby voice.
Exit light. Yeah, man. I got a little, I'm not going to say weepy, but I felt some emotion when I watched the final, when they did the curtain call and the four of them were standing up there and the crowd's going, yeah, cheering and all the confetti's flying and they're passing out. Like, it was just almost like, this is a moment in time, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, he, like, Lars is kind of the more vocal.
Oh wait, I'm sorry.
Member of the band.
I'm sorry. Your voice dropped a little bit. What, can you say it? Please repeat.
Lars is the more vocal member of the band. You know, he's the one that tends to court the fame a little bit more, I guess. But James Hetfield just really doesn't get enough credit as a frontman. He's probably one of the best ones in the entire world right now.
Totally.
The way he just commands the stage, the way he addresses the audience and deals with them, and just his ability to perform. It's like, this is a guy who is a massive burn, and you wouldn't know it today. Like,
he's a massive. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Burn victim.
He is. I did not know that.
Yeah, he back when, I believe it was when they were touring with Guns N' Roses.
Oh wow.
He stepped in front of a bad pyrotechnic, like it just went off, and he just stepped in front of it right before it went off, and the guitar protected him from most of it.
Wow.
But he had burns to the bone on his hands.
Oh my gosh.
And for a musician, that should have been it.
Oh,
you know?
wow. Oh, yeah. It says 2nd-degree burns as a result of pyrotechnics accident. Oh, my God.
Yeah. It was gnarly as hell. And people thought, they were like, oh, you know, he'll be lucky if he gets to keep the use of his hands, let alone ever play again.
Wow. That was August of 92. If he had been breathing, it says if he had been breathing in, he would have been dead. What happened the night James Hetfield caught fire? Picture this. August 92 and Metallica are on a high touring the Black Album, and the record that would send them into the commercial stratosphere. Wow, it's crazy.
Yeah. So that guy at 60 years old is still doing this, and you wouldn't know it if you didn't already know that.
Wow.
Is really, really impressive.
Oh my gosh.
You know, so like when he gives like a speech about how even if this is your first concert, you're part of the Metallica family.
Yeah.
It's hard not to get like a little choked up by that. You know?
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was one of those things where going into it, I would say I was a casual fan of Metallica. Like, I like their music. I'm mostly familiar with their hits.
I'm sorry, your voice dropped a little bit, buddy, if you don't mind. Yeah.
Yeah, I say that I was a casual fan going in. I was mostly familiar with their hits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
My friends were massive fans and had an extra ticket. And I was like, I even told them a couple times, I was like, if you find a bigger fan, it's no sweat off my back if you want them to go instead. You know, I was like,
yeah,
kind of like, don't waste the seat on me, basically. You know, but I had a phenomenal time. I'm so glad I got to go.
Yeah.
And it was really, really terrific.
So good, right? It's like, yes, yeah. Oh my God, I've been into Metallica. I probably got into them about 7 years ago, and I first discovered Metallica. Well, I think we all know like Enter Sandman, and I probably heard Whiskey in the Jar and a few of the covers. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Yeah.
But then, or maybe it's been about 10 years. I remember I had an iPod, so probably it's been about 10 years. And
how does that one part go though? Okay.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Did you feel like you were back there again?
I did. The front row though.
Yeah. No, Austin can really nail it. Not only can my son, I'm bragging, but not only can he sing the stuff, he knows how to play. He plays bass along to it. He puts it on the TV and he's jamming it's home here. It's like, it's pretty cool. And then that's why I was so blown away when he did Enter Sandman. We've never seen him practice it ever, like singing out loud. And like we talked to this guy that does karaoke down there. He's like, yeah, when I do a song, I go over it at least 300 times, and then I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking, wow, that's incredible. You know what I mean? Yeah, but they let me see here. Here's the lyrics. I'm gonna look it up right now. I love when he does it. They're playing the guitar, kind of roaming around. Then he walks up to the microphone and he just like hits it. Here we go. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Damn it. Where's the lyrics? They want to play it for me. I don't want to hit play. I want to sing.
Do you want to? Are you going to recite the lyrics?
I was going to try a little bit, but. Do you have,
okay.
Do you have? Maybe we could do this together. We could like.
Or not. We don't have to.
Yeah. Hold on.
Do that at all.
Yeah. Give me. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Remember when we did that thing we were talking about? My son Austin taking the DMV test, and he was inspired by System of a Down.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
No, we don't have to. That was a pretty funny. Here we go. So I'm gonna go. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire, and then I'll go ooh, and you could do the ooh with me if you want. Just that one part. You don't have to do any of the. Okay. Ready? Here we go. 3, 2. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Ooh. All right, that's good. All right, that was a clean take. But yeah, that was incredible. But I remember when I discovered them and I got the iPod, and I remember I got like the first 4 albums. Because shout out to Steve Simone. He goes, yeah, get the first 4. Start with that. Start with the first 4. And so, Master of Puppets and all that.
Steve, I don't know. Well, I don't know when this drops, but Steve is in town this weekend. He'll be at the Comedy Store.
Oh, nice.
I believe tonight and tomorrow, Friday and Saturday.
Nice. Yeah, I saw that he was doing a spot there. I was like, yes, going back to Cali. Yeah, man. So Steve, I'd never. I was like, why didn't anybody tell me about Metallica earlier? Like when I discovered them, I'm like, I remember, I'll never forget. I was at a high school track. It was on a weekend, and I wanted something to motivate me to pump me up to go running. Because before that, I was listening to like, up-tempo country music and bullshit. Like I was listening to like old school rap, which I like, but it wasn't really getting me to run faster or be really motivating me anymore because I heard the song. I don't know. So Metallica.
You're saying the life of Chris Gaines didn't motivate you?
Exactly. Yeah. Up-tempo country music. Yeah, I think I got like I was trying to pick the fastest like country songs I could think of. Like I think it was like Brooks and Dunn had an album out at that time, and so I was like, and then some fast Hank Jr., which is all good, and even Kid Rock. I was listening to Kid Rock, but then I realized Kid Rock sampled "Sad But True," and I'm like, oh damn, like this is. I'm like, let me go to the source. Let me go to the source, and I'm like, all their stuff was fast, and I was like that song "Battery," battery to the battery, or of course, Master of Puppets. Master of Puppets. I mean, it's so good. Like, do you remember that song One? Do you know that one about one? Where there's those gunshots like, and all that machine guns?
Yeah, well, it's based off that book, Johnny Got His Gun.
Johnny Got His Gun, yeah.
And they even used clips from the movie, which the movie was unsettling as hell, with Jason Robards.
Oh, yeah.
For their video. And, that was probably the first time I really paid attention to them as a band, was when they started playing One on MTV, back when MTV played music.
Yeah.
And I just remember thinking, this is brilliant. This is really amazing.
Darkness imprisoning me, all that I see, absolute horror, I cannot live, I cannot die, trapped in... Oh my gosh, it's so... Landmine has taken my sight, taken my speech, taken my hearing, taken my arms, taken my legs, taken my soul, left me in life...
Canceled my credit, stole my girlfriend.
Made me park far from the stadium, had to walk 5 miles, da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Living life in hell.
My life in hell. Oh my God. But I'm telling you, when I heard that, I was getting goosebumps because the meaning of it, and then also the way it goes, and then it ramps up with the electric guitar solo, and I was just running around the track like a crazy chicken with his head cut off, like a rooster. Like I really was out there. Like I was like, this is the best music ever. Why didn't nobody ever tell me about this? I was like, I was over here stuck listening to all this bullshit back in the 90s. Like how come I didn't know about this music? Like, or even the 80s, but really in the 90s, I'd be on these long road trips and I would just have to listen to whatever the stupid rental car, whatever the stations were, hoping a good song would come on next. Had no idea Metallica. I didn't know. I did not know.
Just Digital Underground on a loop.
All right, stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. Yeah, that's what.
Doesn't help when we work out at all.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get buff. No wonder I was a weak little fucking pussy.
All things you're going to do is get busy in the Burger King basket. That doesn't help.
I got busy I just grab them in the biscuits. It's like, I wasn't getting motivated at all. Like, dang it, man. But, once I discovered Metallica, I'm like, I was all in. I'm like, this is great stuff. Although my son is really good at like knowing which song, because sometimes I don't know which song is which. Like, he'll even start playing something. He's like, you know this? I'm like, that's Metallica. Like, I can't tell you. I'm not really that good at like telling you which song. Are you good at that, or does it kind of? I know it when I start hearing it. And
not really by title.
Yeah.
I'm about 50-50, I guess.
Yeah, I'm like, it's almost like how Chuck Berry, a lot of the music sounds alike in the beginning, like, and it could be anything.
Yeah, if like the title is also the chorus, I'll get it, but
I know, like I told us, I go, it's that one song that sounds, I forget how I described it. I go, there's something about glitter, and it's like, he goes, oh, Ecstasy of Gold. I'm like, yes, Ecstasy of Gold.
Yeah.
I was calling it Glitter, the Glitter song about the, I was going to ask you, so we had, my wife took my son Austin to go see, Metallica live stream. It was a pretty cool idea. They do a concert, then they live stream it to all these, I want to say AMC movie theaters across the country. And she saw it on Friday, kind of had a bad experience. But then went with us again on Sunday and had we had a much better experience. And I want to talk about this with you because I know you're big into movies and movie theaters, and I saw you do a post recently about one of your I guess pet peeves with movie theaters. And I was going to say that's what happened to them. I guess on Friday, the movie theater, from what I remember, she said that it was they never really got the sound. It wasn't that loud, I believe. Because even here's how nerdy we are as a family. My wife, she made sure we all had earplugs as if we were going to a real concert. so we're putting earplugs in, and then you're like, this is just a movie theater. I'm like, take these stupid plugs out. This isn't a real concert. But yeah, we're like eating popcorn and hot dogs while this is like it's a movie theater. But so I guess the sound wasn't that loud at the movie theater they went to, and also apparently they left the lights up, like the lights were up during the movie, so it wasn't even like the real movie experience. Like they left the damn lights up, and she said
a lot of theaters just don't care right now.
And get this,
and
before you
hear them tell it, they're like, oh. You don't understand why nobody comes to the movies anymore. It's like, because you turn off the air conditioning now to save money. You sell the worst possible food you can sell at a crazy price. The tickets cost more than they've ever cost. And you're doing everything you can to drive people away.
Totally.
It just doesn't make sense. They did that $4 ticket thing last week, and they were packed to the rafters at every theater. People came out in droves, and they bought up all the concessions, they bought up all the merch, the show sold out, and the theaters are like, oh, if only there was something we could learn from this,
Oh, I thought you were going to say the other thing with it, because there was down in Torrance, there was another one of those incidents where there was like all these guys that like causing violence and rowdiness and bum rushing stores, and then some people speculated that it was the $4 movie theater, promotion, but maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
I doubt getting cheaper movie tickets drove anyone to violence.
Well, I guess because maybe the overflow, like the people that would be attracted to a $4, it's not always movie buffs like you, because like this lady was a manager of I don't know, like a BJ's or something, and BJ's, and she said that the rowdy teens or whatever they were, they started yelling and throwing glasses around and just causing mayhem.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen with any sort of big event that has a lot of people at it. You're always going to get people that are there for the wrong reasons or just don't know how to behave or whatever.
Yeah, maybe they didn't realize that BJ's isn't isn't exactly what they were. They thought they were going to get something else inside of BJ's.
Right, yeah.
This is bullshit. No, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, I think you kind of, some of that is on the restaurant because you have a right to refuse service to anybody. If you just see a group of rowdy kids coming to oh yeah, you guys aren't getting in today, sorry.
Yeah, sorry guys. And then let's have a little money for security at the front. You can't just like have some meek little lady that's like, oh, there's 20 people here just causing mayhem in a food fight.
Yeah, it's just silly.
But back to that, so the experience we had, she said the seats were way more comfortable. We went to the theater in Glendale, way more comfortable seats. The although I will say the one thing that was weird is they brought the lights down. They the sound wasn't syncing up, so it looked like one of those old karate films from the 70s. Like it was about a 2-second delay, and so then they cut the thing about the second song in the. One of the ushers came in and goes, "Sorry guys, my manager's going to try to fix it. Just hang tight, please." And then he kind of fixed it, and then it happened again, and then they had to stop it again, and the guy came back and basically told us like we could get a refund if we wanted. So then it was great. And
this was a live concert.
Live stream. It was they were performing. Metallica was in Texas, and it was streaming out, and so we got I think $80 back or whatever the ticket price was for all three of us, and it made the movie experience even better because you're like, wow, I'm getting to watch this and I'm getting my money back, and now it's synced up now. It works. So I thought that was good. That was good on the behalf of the movie theater to do that, and they also had really good food there.
Yeah, all that stuff makes a difference, and it's like, but also at the same time, it's like it shouldn't have cost $80 to see a movie in the first
I know. It's like, come on. And then also, I noticed this at another theater I went to, that they locked all the bathrooms except for one that was in the lobby. So if you had to go to the bathroom during the movie, you had to like walk super far, miss a bunch of the movie, go all the way back.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. There are all these like money-saving tactics.
Yeah, where they don't want to. Yeah, exactly.
Where it's like someone, old people aren't ready for stuff like that. Someone's gonna crap their pants.
Oh gosh, I know you're right.
And then that person is never coming back to the movies ever again.
Right. I remember I asked somebody that at Starbucks once about why do they leave one bathroom locked, only one, and they said because they don't want to have to clean both bathrooms. Like they got same thing as this other place I go. They go, yeah, we got tired of people going in there and messing the bathrooms up, so that's why they.
Yeah, I mean, some of that is definitely on the customer, but it's if you're Starbucks, your whole business revolves around selling a diuretic.
Exactly, I was going to say
have 2 bathrooms.
Exactly, and don't make these codes all long. Don't even. I mean, I hate that they have to have a code, but if they have to have one, don't make it hard to remember. Make us hunt and peck for it. It's like sometimes I'll ask, "What's the code?" and they'll go, "It's right there," and they'll point. And I'm like, and with my eyesight, I'm like, where is it? I don't even see it. There's all these in there, and then they point again, and I'm like, oh, it's right there. Okay, I see it because their whole register area is all busy. I don't see any code.
Yeah,
there's a place. Yeah. There's a Smart and Final that I would go to, and you used to be able to just go there, use the restroom. And then it got to the point where not only did they lock the bathrooms, you had to find an employee. They had to walk you to the bathroom, and then they had to kind of secretly, sneakily put the code in. They wouldn't just tell you what the code was. Yeah,
that's how Target is now at a lot of Targets.
That's terrible.
And it just doesn't that make you want to shop there?
No, I know. It's like,
boy, I can't wait to go there. Yeah. And there's all these malls are doing this thing where they shut off the escalators to save money.
Oh wow!
During the day. And it's like, that's fine, but it's, middle of August you're doing this.
Oh, you're right. I have noticed escalators being shut down. I thought they were just repairing it. You're right. That's probably a technique that they're trying to do.
Yeah, they're like, oh, people don't need escalators. A lot of this started during the pandemic where it was a lot of things were shut off for safety reasons. And they realized people would just accept it.
Oh, yeah. What can they get away with? And then they
for that. And now it's like, well, let's just keep doing that as long as we can do it. And what they don't understand is that drives a lot of business away forever. Like, if someone has a bad experience, let's say you're disabled and they've shut off half the escalators in the place.
Yeah.
Well, you're not going there ever again if you can help it.
Yeah, you're not.
If let's say you have a heart condition or something like that, and they've turned off the air conditioning place, which a lot of businesses are doing. You're like, okay, now I have to rush to my car to get my heart medication because I've been flop sweating in this, mall store.
Yeah.
They're never coming back, and that's you figure one human being, the amount of money they spend over time going out to a business has to be more than what it costs to put on the air conditioner.
I know.
Or turn on the escalators. But they think like, look at how much money we saved doing that. Did you really, or did you just lose like 30 customers a month doing that?
I know.
That are now, they're going to go to their website instead, where they don't have to deal with this crap.
I mean, one of the joys of summertime is going to a dark movie theater that's nice and cold, and you're like, oh, this is amazing. Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
it's like when you could go and you could get like decent concessions that weren't just awful,
Yeah.
for around $20. There should just be a standard thing at every movie theater should have these things. They should have air conditioning in every theater. When even one ticket is sold, it should be air conditioned.
There's the place that I get my car worked on, the dealership. They do, I do it because they have the parts and stuff. I'm not as happy with them because they've gone through different owners. And I left the other day, and they didn't even replace my windshield wiper fluid, and I didn't realize it because I had parked at a beach to do a show, and then all the window, all the condensation. So I go to clean the window with the wipers, and I'm like, what the heck? It's bone dry, and I literally had just been there the day before, and I'm like, it's those little things that they're not doing customer service. My wife went to that place yesterday, and she said that this guy was all happy because he got a free oil change. And why did he get a free oil change? Because they did the oil change on the wrong car.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, oh wow, okay, that's interesting. But yeah, and I thought that's kind of cool. You get a free oil change. We get our money back from the for the movie being bad, but it's
yeah, but it's all apologies after the fact.
Yeah.
Crappy service rather than just doing it right the first time.
I think comedians can learn to do that, like to put on the best show possible that you can do, like give it your all, like be enthusiastic to be there and be like have that attitude of gratitude. Somebody, I talked to this comedian the other day. He's really young. He goes, when did you, I talked about, I said, I told him how I had opened for a couple of famous people in his hometown. Like, one was Drake Sather, who was a great comedian and went on to write for SNL and did a bunch of stuff. And another guy, you guys should look up Drake Sather sometime. And another guy is Bill Engvall, one of the, and he goes, when was that? And I go, I want to say it was like 92. And he goes, 92? He's like, I was born in 1992. I was like, wow. And he goes, do you still like being a comedian? Do you still like it? And I'm like, absolutely. Like I've heard of bands or singers. I listened to this interview. They go, out of 100 shows, how many do you really like? And the person goes, probably 2. And I'm like, wow, what a pathetic existence. I would not want to, for me personally, to do, if I want to say I enjoy, I want to say every show I did, even if I didn't like the way it went, I still enjoyed it in the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if maybe that's what he meant, like on a critical level of like his own performance. I could see someone going, I really enjoyed 2 of them.
Maybe, but they, because it was the person interviewing was a comedian, and they go, and I think they said the same thing. They go, yeah, I wondered about that because, I think it was, and it also might have been a singer that was doing a lot of their hits from back in the day. So maybe it's like, oh, here's my 12 songs that I got to do, since they came out 45 years ago or something. But I don't know. But you could see it like with performers who really enjoy it, as opposed to someone who just kind of goes through the motions and they can't wait to just get off stage,
Yeah, I think that's a trap you can fall into very easily. especially if like you've attracted a certain audience that just kind of wants to see you do a thing maybe you were doing 5 years ago, you know, and they're like, keep doing, you know, like the Jimmy Buffett type thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like he pretty much has to play that whole album or his fans riot, you know.
Yeah. But I think he also embraced that whole lifestyle, right? Like with the restaurant chain and the, you know, putting the books out about traveling and, you know, the whole vacation mindset, like change your latitude, change your attitude. That's one of his.
Yeah. But it's like, you know that he doesn't want to do that every time.
Yeah.
There's no way he wants to sing Margaritaville for the 50,000th time, you know.
Yeah, maybe though he might. I don't know. I don't know his stuff well enough, but because it looks like when
I understand how people can get tired of doing the same. If you're kind of like feeling like your fans won't let you change.
Oh, they won't let you. They don't want to hear anything new. They all go to the bathroom when you do the new stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is nice having fans. Like, I'm starting to get fans, I guess. Well, maybe temporarily. I don't know how long it's going to last. I don't know, hopefully. But the nice messages, this guy wrote me today, and he was like, he goes, I lost my, I'm part of a triplet, and I lost one of my brothers in 2015. And he said, I try to wake up every day laughing, doing something I can get my mind, you know, right? And he said that he watches Jay Leno's Garage, and then he watches my clips because I've been putting them up pretty steady. And I thought that was a really sweet thing that we have to remember, because sometimes it's not all about us, you know, like we're not getting this, we're not getting that, we're not, you know, this isn't happening fast enough. It's if we finally get something out there and the world sees it, it's nice to see how it touches them, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I would be curious why he's watching Jay Leno's Garage.
Yeah, maybe he's really entertained by Jay Leno and his old. Have you ever seen that show? Like,
I don't know. You're probably right to focus on the donut instead of the hole.
Yeah, dude. You know what somebody said? This is hilarious to me. This is why I don't argue with people like that. This is a negative. I thought it was negative. They said that I was a hack and I was copying Bill Hicks.
How were you copying Bill Hicks?
That's what I said. In my mind, I'm like, how in any way possible? I'm thinking to myself, this is a person. I took a screenshot and sent to my buddy. We had a laugh. I go, this must be a person who's only seen one comedian, and that comedian was Bill Hicks. Because I'm like, I've never, and most people would probably think that's a compliment to be compared to Bill Hicks. I don't think I'm anything like Bill Hicks at all.
Yeah, it's like,
no offense to anyone who is like Bill Hicks, but I'm not. I don't want to be like Bill Hicks, and I'm not like Bill Hicks.
Yeah, no offense to Dennis Leary.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I don't know why he thought of that. And it was I like my women bit. Like he wrote it on one of those videos. I'm like, dude, I'm sitting here being entertaining as hell, trying to be a joy machine, being silly. I like my women like I like my guitar with the long neck and a G string. How is that like Bill Hicks? Like,
I don't know. Did Bill Hicks do that setup or something?
I have no idea. I was like, the only thing I could think of is the original one. I think Red Fox did. I like my women like I like my coffee black and strong, or probably something like that. Like, I know that was the original coffee. I like it black, strong, or black and whatever. And I got bored on stage once at the Punchline in Sacramento about 20-something years ago, and I had a couple of those. I did like 3 of them in a row. And I go, you guys give me something. And then they would yell out stuff. And I realized, I have a knack for this. And then I kind of built on it and started beatboxing. And then I had the flashlight. And I don't know. It's weird. That was weird. That was a weird insult.
I mean, yeah, let's be honest. Like you said, it's an old premise. So people are going to draw comparisons to other people that have used that premise. But I don't think anything else in your act is even remotely like Bill Hicks. And Bill Hicks is a great comedian. He's one of the people that got me into doing it. But I've never once looked at your act and thought that it was anything even remotely like his act.
Thank you.
You know, it's just totally different. He's a
Yeah, you're like, he's a
much
genius. He's
darker,
famous. Yeah.
you know, much more sardonic, much more like
Yeah.
going the negative route with his comedy. And not that that's a bad thing. It's just different, you know.
Different, right? Yeah. That's, yeah.
And yeah, he's a very brilliant comic, but he talks talked about. He got very, very political and very into like counterculture and stuff like that. That's just nothing you do is anything like that. The stuff that you do is very authentic to your life.
Yeah.
The pumpkin activities, the silly stuff, the noises.
Exactly. Like, just that's what I get it. My goal. I might even. I mean, I don't know. I was thinking lately, like, man, that could be the name for my next thing is Joy Machine.
Yeah, that's a good name for it.
Joy Machine, right? I even thought of a tour with me and like other guys that do the sound effects and stuff. Call it what were we going to call it? Bring the Noise.
Oh yeah.
Bring the Noise, starring Darren Carter, Pablo Francisco, Jim Brewer, whoever else does noises. I don't know, but like
Michael Winslow.
The thing is, I'd have to get all these bigger comedians to do it. They're like, why would we need you? Like, Bring the Noise, starring Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle, Darren Carter. They're like, nah, we're good. We don't need you, buddy. Like,
what's Bobby McFerrin doing these days?
Yeah. That would be incredible. You know I like Bobby McFerrin.
Oh, yeah, I didn't, but I did somehow.
Ooh, yeah, don't worry, be happy. I love that guy, man. That album was so good. Yeah, it was so good. I love that album. I have that album. But and before we go, when I go, why was I listening to all this crap back in the day? I wish I would have known about Metallica. I remember when 9/11 happened and they stopped flights. I was stuck in Corpus Christi, Texas, so I had to rent a car and drive all the way from Corpus Christi all through Texas, which took a whole day, all the way to Phoenix, all the way back to LA in a rental car. And at that time, there was no Sirius XM in the car, and this is even before like Spotify and all this. Is 2001, right? So I had I bought a CD the night before, and I bought Afro Man, that I was gonna get high song. Remember, I was gonna clean my room, but then I got high.
Right. Yeah.
I was gonna get up and find the broom, but then, yeah. So I listened to it was pretty much I listened to that song on that album on repeat all the way from Corpus Christi all the way to LA, and yeah.
Was it? Well, is there more?
I think there was about 11 tracks, and I think 3 of them were that I was going to get high song, like remixes and shit. Like the country. I was going to clean my room, but then I got high. Techno.
Yeah, that's what I would watch out for. With the I Like My Women bits. Don't release an album where it's like 15 tracks of that.
I know. People told me to. They're like, dude, you just need to do an hour of that. And I'm like, no, I kind of know how this works. It's good. It's great in small doses. And then you got to stop. You can't. Because I even push it sometimes where I'm like I'll be filming and I'm like just trying to capture that good one. And I'm like, what? I'm going to do 10 minutes of this. And I realize it works for about 6, maybe. And then.
Like, I remember doing a show a long time ago when I was booking a show out in Santa Monica. And a manager of a comic who I'm not going to repeat their name, but they were like, we'd like so-and-so to come out and do the clip. And I was like, oh, I haven't told since like the 80s. Yeah, I'd love to have them come out. And then I was so excited, I went home and watched their stuff again. And I was like, oh, wow, every joke is, I would never do this thing. So I'm doing this thing. Blah, blah, blah. And it was like...
Yeah, super predictable.
Every single joke followed that exact same joke structure and pattern. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I want this guy to come do this.
Yeah, the twists, exactly. Yeah. Be unpredictable. That's why I try to like to do stories. I like to do the whole thing. But anyways, Mike, it's always good talking with you, dude. Thank you so much for taking a part of your day. And people follow him on Instagram. Follow him. He's out there. He's hilarious.
Yeah, and remember, sleep with one eye open. Clutching your pillow tight.
Mike Black is back, is how you would find him on all social media.
Yeah.
Mike Black is back.
Always fun talking to you, Darren. Have a great night.
You too, buddy. Have a great day.
All right, bye-bye.
Look at you. You made it all the way through, guys. All the way through another Pocket Party podcast episode. I appreciate you guys. And like I said, if you want, hire me on Cameo. I'll do a quick little video for you, your loved ones, a little birthday shout out. Holidays are coming up, so we could do a holiday shout out. Whatever you want to do, we'll do it. And share these episodes if it's through iTunes or Spotify, or if you're listening on YouTube. I appreciate it. Leave comments on the section on YouTube. And what else can I tell you? Subscribe. That way you don't have to remember when a new episode comes out. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Darren Carter, the party starter. Now go start your party.
Everybody listen to Darren Carter. We all know he's the party starter. So if you want to listen to a podcast for free, then listen to the Pocket Party.